Bata Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harhakdash, double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. Brothers whose labor in this truth, putting their life on the line, especially in these times. Salutations to you, brothers. And you brothers and sisters who believe in this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, I was just listening, quick brief. I didn't even get to, I'm going to go into it. I know the apostle is going to go into it. I know this lesson right here you see by the elder apostle Tahar. It says vocab alone is hurting badly. Um, you know, you can see his channel right here. But I just wanted to touch on this briefly. I know he's going to probably go into it as well, but I'm gonna just read the scripture. Um, these other nations is gonna be in servitude, and if they don't get aligned, that we're gonna judge them according to the law, according to the scriptures, right? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it with a righteous, with righteously, man. Putting these. If you don't get in line, you will get put to death, man. Right? If they don't follow, and they don't follow instructions, and they being rebellious, guess what? We're gonna rule them with a rod of iron, man. Right? And that's what the scripture I'm gonna get. Right? Revelation 2:26 it reads, "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." All right, so that's talking about the other nations, man. To him, yeah, and only Israel, starting with the 144,000, right, is gonna have that dominion over the other nations. All right, Israel's gonna be sovereign, a sovereign nation. They're gonna have dominion over the other nations, starting with Yahweh, the 144,000. Yahweh Shai, King David, the 144. All right, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. And we're gonna break them. We're gonna break them into order, man. And if they get out of line, right, they could be put to death, man. Plain and simple. There's no sugarcoating it, man. All right, they out of line. They gonna get put to death, man. If, all right, plain and simple. All right, especially according, because when we're teaching them our ways and they being rebellious. Guess what? There was a time where within our own nation, if there was a child, or we had a stubborn, rebellious child, you would stone them to death in front of the town, man, so they can be an example for the nation, for children, letting them know that you can't be rebellious, man. So we have a rebellious person that we're serving, that we're ruling over, right? They will be put to death, man. And that's these other nations, plain and simple, man. There's no sugarcoating it. That's righteousness, because we're gonna rule our kingdom with righteousness. It's gonna be under a righteousness authority, and we're not gonna go for rebellion. All right, it's gonna be no revolt, And it's talking. There's no other nation's gonna come up against us, man. And any nation that we're gonna be able to have spiritual powers, man. We're gonna know, and if they want to rebel, guess what? It's gonna be a simple solution, man. Plain and simple. All right? That's what's going to happen. We're going to rule them with a rod of iron. All right? There's not going to be no wiggle room for rebellion. All right? No wiggle room for rebellion. Plain and simple. Right? And that's the problem with these Christians, and they think the Lord did that to his own people. All right. So what you think is going to happen when we have all these other nations under, when the Yahweh Shah have these other nations under his footstool, leading with Yahweh Shah and his men? Come on, man. And guess what? That's why we're gonna be whipping them into submission. All right, we're gonna whip them into submission. That's why it says when you go into Revelation 20, that's talking about that 1,000 years, because that's gonna be as we whipping them into submission. It's gonna be they're gonna not want to rebel, because there's gonna be those that this has got put to death as an example of what not to do. All right, so all that, oh, where he's talking about, oh, that's you got murder, man. It's all about having a righteous kingdom, man. And no one's gonna go against the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, no one in His kingdom. All right, no one. So there's gonna be rules, there's gonna be laws, and there's gonna be consequences if you break those laws. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. Just like here in Esau's penal code, there's consequences, right? We have we're gonna be teaching them our way. How is that? Right? They're not. Some of them's gonna rebel. They're gonna revolt. They're not gonna have the laws in their inward part. All right. No heathen is gonna be saved. They're gonna never. They're not gonna have the laws in their inward part. So they're gonna go off, especially in the beginning, because they're gonna be revolting, rebelling to the point where they're not gonna, and we're gonna have to whip them. They're not gonna revolt and rebel to the point where they're gonna have a uprise against us. No, absolutely not. But as soon they don't get they're not in line. They don't get in line. They will get put to death, man. Plain and simple. All right. So just wanted to do a quick one, man. I probably Lord willing I can do another one through the spirit of Paul. Y'all watching y'all shot. Salak.